Hi, I'm Gemma with the Electronic Gaming Federation. I'm here with Coach Denny, and I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today regarding EGF's High School National Championship in Orlando. To start, could you tell me a little bit about yourself and your school?
Yeah, so my name is Denzel Vaughn. I go by Coach Denny in the esports world. I started as a traditional coach in wrestling. I wrestled in college, was able to stay on as an assistant coach for about 5 years. And while I was pursuing my master's in business administration, I read a couple Forbes articles, and I'm an avid gamer myself. I actually competed in our school's club esports program my senior year. We competed in College League of Legends series for Riot. It was like one of the first. I think it was the first one that they ever did. Our team got beat pretty bad. We shouldn't have qualified, but we were there, so it was quite fun. And then once I brought esports to my athletic director at the time's attention, she was all on board with it. It was co-ed sport, so I'm able to have females and males on my team. She was all for it. So I began to build the program there, and that was at St. Andrews University. And then I since had an opportunity to come down here to Keiser University in West Palm Beach. And I took that, and it's been all uphill for us since I got here.
Well, the first question I want to ask you is what made you decide to attend the EGF High School National Championship in Orlando?
Yeah, so we are actually a part of EGF's competition structure for the collegiate side. They run our Sun Conference, and Keiser University is a part of the Sun Conference as an athletic conference. So all of our football teams, our baseball teams, softball, soccer's, they play in the Sun Conference. So it made sense for us to start a Sun Conference and have EGF kind of take it. And then Tyler, the head of EGF, put a mention in our Discord about it, about an in-person live high school national recruiting event, and I jumped on board. I would say it's like the closest thing I've ever had to like traditional sports recruiting and wrestling. When I used to go recruit, I used to go to wrestling tournaments and sit down, and after a match I'd walk up to a kid and talk to him and tell him about our school and whatnot. And this, I had a similar experience too with COVID and how the nature of esports is being online. I haven't really had a place to do that. So this was the first time I've had that experience, and I think if EGF continues it with potentially regionals and more national tournaments throughout the year, this thing can only get bigger and bigger.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great opportunity. Tell me about your experience then at the championship in Orlando.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was everything that I could have wanted. The first day was the day everybody's feeling each other out, and some upsets are happening, and like I said, it reminded me just of traditional sports and wrestling specifically, because in these tournaments, you never know what's going to happen. You can be undefeated all the way through the year, and then you come in and have one bad game, and that could cost you. And my favorite day of the tournament was the semifinals day, because in my opinion, the semifinals is the actual tough match. Right? It's the top four teams. They're battling neck and neck. The Overwatch series, it could have went to any of those top four teams, which was phenomenal as a coach. I have no stakes in the game of who wins. Ideally I'm going to go for the team that is winning. I'd like to recruit those kids, but all of those teams were phenomenal, and those players were great. And I have a lot of prospects, a lot of sophomores, a lot of juniors that came from that, and a couple seniors for this year that I'm looking to bring in from this tournament.
Well, I know that the college esport landscape has become very competitive. Colleges are now heavily recruiting high school talent students, as well as offering scholarships. So what sets those students you gave offers to apart from others?
Yeah, it comes down to three factors: their skill level, their academics, and then of course their attitude. Right. And I'd like to say everyone at the tournament, wins and losses, they were phenomenal. They had their pop-off moments, right, where they were very excited that they won a round or they beat a team. That was really big. But after every game, stand-up handshakes, and it was phenomenal. It was one of the best show of sportsmanship. Esports usually has a dark side of toxicity, and you didn't see it at all. So kudos to the coaches and the program leaders there and the tournament organizers. They made sure if there wasn't any issues, they nipped it in the but even issues where, we had some tech issues where a computer went down and they had to reset a whole game, and the teams agreed to in the format to how to restart that game. It was phenomenal. But so that, those factors play into what I look for in a player. So it's their attitude, their grades, and their skill level. And this tournament had all of that. Everyone that I approached was very respectful, and it made me happy. And I was talking with my athletic director once I came back from it, just kind of giving a debrief. And it's like, this is what I was missing as a coach for esports. It's good talking to a kid and bringing a kid in for a visit, but seeing them in that moment at that tournament says a lot about the player.
Lastly, I'd like to ask you, how can you see EGF continuing to create opportunities for students in partnership with schools like yours?
Yeah, coincidentally, me and Tyler talked a little bit about this at the tournament, about maybe possibly setting up some EGF regionals at college campuses. There's plenty of Florida campuses. There's actually plenty of campuses all around the country that could open their space up for these kids to kind of, see their esports lab, see their campus, and then also, compete in a regional tournament and national tournament. And I think that'll help bring it in together. And I think also incentivizing this tournament, especially this one in like a regional tournament that they do, to coaches to come out and recruit and set up a table and experience it for themselves. I think as soon as coaches see it, they're going to be like, oh, I'm all in. And once the word of collegiate coaches are there, offering scholarships, more high schools are looking to join into that, because that's the end game for high school athletes, is going to college, getting their degree.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate speaking with you today.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This was fun.